I think we need to be that gardener in our relationships.
Mhm.
So we need to see, is my boyfriend, my friend, my spouse, is there something there that is holding them back that they don't even see,
Mhm.
that I can advise them they need to cut that shit off so that they can thrive? Because what'll happen is that that one little thing will burn them all to the ground and they won't even know it. It could be a bad habit, bad friendship, or whatever. Welcome to Leaf Notes, the podcast that helps your business take root and grow. I'm Adria Marshall, seasoned business owner and speaker.
And I'm Sydney Mafuka, artist, illustrator, and small business owner.
Join us each week as we take you on a journey through the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. We'll dive into everything from social media strategy to protecting your business.
We'll even answer your burning questions such as, do I need a business plan? Should I form an LLC? Where should I promote my business? And so much more.
Together with our guests, we'll break down these topics into actionable steps, helping you build the business of your dreams.
So whether you're just starting or you're looking to scale, we got you covered.
So go grab your notebooks, your favorite beverage, and cozy up to receive practical insights and inspiration here on Leaf Notes. Let's go make your business dreams a reality. How's it going?
It's going.
It's been a minute, so y'all won't know, but we've taken a couple weeks off. We recorded some episodes ahead of time, so it was good because we had a time to reflect and change up our social media posting strategy, which I think is cool. Like already, it's funny because I think we're doing the podcast for the right reason because I enjoy the changes, and I enjoy just doing the reels. And I think they perform better, right?
More engagement.
Yeah.
Actually, being, with us actually, I feel like we got to share more of our personality instead. I don't know. Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I think it was good. So we got to do that, and I've been reflecting too on what we're doing. I've got a chance to kind of pause and think about things. So I'm happy with the way that we are progressing.
I'm happy too. I think we're becoming more authentically ourselves. I even think with us talking about doing our camera setup and how we want to.
That's gonna be great.
That's gonna be a game changer. Then we need some cute chairs or something.
We do. We get to decorate,
and then have a third chair whenever someone else.
I guess. Yeah. That's something cool. So I'll ask Amory, as my brother. I asked him, he's the one that helped us with the setup originally too. I'll ask him how to get that all set up. That's going to be great. It's going to be fun.
How have you been?
So let's just talk about it. So things have been great. Things have been really busy, which I kind of knew because I'm not playing out at the beginning of the year. So I knew that Q2 is where things kind of pick up anyways. But it's even picked up more because I've been doing more events and stuff, which is great. So last week I got to be honored at the Mahogany Award ceremony, which was amazing. And they're just so sweet and made a lot of great connections and kind of solidified some previous connections. So that was great. Shout out to my new auntie, Cheryl Williamson. Love you so much. I have adopted you as my auntie. So I love you so much. And Adrian, my publicist, is amazing. And Ryan, my stylist, is amazing. So, and the sales have been really good. We had a killer Earth Day sale, which was really great. That was awesome. And just some exciting things in the works. So it's been a lot of goodness. Like it says in the Bible, my cup runneth over, but it's really great. And then our small group, me and my husband go to a Bible study small group, community group type of situation that my church facilitates. And so our small group meetings have been really good and firming up our family and our marriage. So I think things are really good. As you know, we made some team changes at work, which is the thing of addition by subtraction is a thing. And so getting rid of people who they're great people, but just don't jive necessarily with our culture. It's a thing. We should probably talk more about that because I'm sure you guys will start, if you're not already, you'll start to hire people for your business. And it's really important to understand how to protect your culture. So when you're looking for people, making sure that you are looking for the right things and then really trusting your team as they start to give you feedback on if somebody is good on paper, maybe even has all the skill sets, but the culture isn't right. and then how to nip that in the bud before it becomes like a weed and kind of chokes out the team is really important. So that's a thing. And also, like if I were to look at my plan for the year, it's progressing really well. Like the B Corp process is moving along really well. I don't know if Jason told you about the employee survey.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
so that was part of it. So they're really helping us. So if you guys don't know what B Corp is, it kind of pulls together things that I think are important that your company should have: your values, your social impact, the care for your staff, and of course the quality of your products and all that. So it kind of pulls that all together. So with that, one thing that they are really pushing us to do is to make sure we're capturing our employee feedback. Like we have each manager has a one-on-one with their staff members, but it was a one-sided conversation. So they really help it to like capture the employees' feedback, how they're feeling about things, and then also their career development goals. Make sure we're talking about those things. And so it really puts those checks and balances into place, which has been awesome. So those have been great. And then finally, as you know, our foundation has been really trying to partner with the organization so we can hire homeless and reentry people. And I have been pushing on this door for like 3 months now and not making progress. But last week and getting this week, things have just worked out. We were able to make our first hire yesterday.
Amazing.
Shout out to Mr. Mark.
Mr. Mark.
So happy to have you on the team. We'll get to meet him officially on Friday. And then a good partnership with Atlanta Mission to help us going forward as we find the right people for our team. So I'm super excited about that as well. So all good things. But with that, I've become so busy that I feel like I'm not feeling into my cup as much because I'm moving so fast, executing all the things. And Corey's been amazing. Shout out to Corey, my project manager. He's been amazing at keeping me on track and everything. But it's so funny because during our touch base yesterday, the first thing he said was, okay, did you have lunch? Oh. Right?
He needs that. That's like some love right there.
Right?
That's really thoughtful of him.
It's so good. He was like, I know that you don't eat. You know? And he's so right. So, and I had lunch, thankfully. Because I have it on my calendar, but sometimes I'll just blow right through it, if I'm behind on things. But I did take time to have lunch yesterday and went to the gym. I've been doing pretty good with my gym.
But just having
more space. You know what I'm saying? Like not running from thing to thing to thing, but actually having some space to breathe.
I think for you, it might, like as someone who observes a little bit, it might be good for you to set up some boundaries because what I noticed is that on the weekends, at least when I was here this weekend, first thing I saw you doing was tippy tapping on your computer. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
On Saturday?
Yeah, you were upstairs in your office.
Oh, it's right because I was behind on stuff.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's like, so I think like, you're not saving the world.
But one curl at a time.
Okay, yes, you are saving the curls. The curls can wait till Monday.
Yeah.
So I think it's just having some strict boundaries. And if you're not able to make those boundaries, maybe there's some self-reflection that can be done of like why you feel like you need to work all the time, because you've always been a hard worker and always been someone who just like is very passionate about your shit, but also you need to be passionate about
myself,
your health, your mental health, your physical. Well, you are passionate about your physical health.
I've been doing a lot, but it's my mental health more is suffering, I think. And I'll get to the point like God will do this for me. Like I'll just get sick, and that's when He'll like sit your ass down. I know we don't want to get to that point
because then you don't get to frolic in the field when you're sick.
There's no frolic.
There's no plant shopping when you're sick.
No.
So it's like, you don't want to.
We don't want to get to there.
I also heard, and I know this isn't the episode.
Nope, it's fine.
But I also heard about like how burnout, like there is pre-burnout, which isn't actually an illness. It's just like feeling like you're very stuck and can't do much. But then there's physical burnout where your body actually takes a physical medical toll. You know what I mean? And it's really hard. That can take like a year or even longer to bounce back from. So making sure that you are, and it's a common topic for like artists because like a lot of us are trying to push out pieces back to back to back to kind of like keep up with the culture or
Yeah.
keep up with our audience or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's something that is commonly talked about because like art is something that we love to create, but you know, overdoing it is kind of counterproductive. And I think that's a thing in many industries, including yours.
For sure. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it becomes really a lot when it's all good things because it can give you that impression that, because it's not like I'm not making money or not making an impact or, you know, like all the, and I'm at the point now because my team is so incredible. Shout out to my EcoSlay team.
Everyone's amazing.
They are so fire. Like from my operations team, Avery, Kirsten, Tina, Nate, Jason, Cam, just solid. To Corey, then to my external team, like Justice and Adrian and Jess and Ani. Like I am just surrounded by fire, right? And so because of how much they've offloaded, or they allowed me to offload, all the things that I'm left to do are things that I love to do other than answering emails and social. But all the other, and even shout out to Hannah, because even Hannah's my daughter in customer service. I've even noticed that the emails that I get now are either things that need to go to spam or things that I really want to dig into, you know? So it's so much goodness. Like literally my cup is running over and I'm realizing that there can't be too much of a good thing.
It can, but something that I do admire about you is that you do take time in the middle of the day to like go down to your garden.
Oh
You do take time to like, you have hobbies. Like it's not like even painting your wall could have been like DIY is a hobby.
It is.
It's something productive, but it's different, completely different than what your normal work is. But so I do think that you're not like far from where you need to be, but you still feel like, and I think this weekend was different because of your event.
Yeah.
You didn't really have that Sunday to like take a nap.
And that's what it was.
You know, so maybe there will be a day this week where you can kind of make up for that.
Exactly.
Friday where you can just kind of take it easy or something like that. But I feel like, but you know, it's a blessing to be able to be doing things that you love.
It really is. And you're right. It really was. It's a matter, it's all the goodness. And so running. And like you said, I usually have my Saturdays to do my hobbies and stuff. And then my Sundays just to chill and to get ready for the next week. And I didn't have that Sunday. And because of how fast I've been running, it took a hit because I usually plan on Sundays. And so I didn't. And then there's been some occasions where I don't plan on Sunday. So I get up on Monday and plan. But I had so many meetings on Monday that I couldn't plan. So then I didn't even answer emails on Monday. So then Tuesday was filled with answering the emails and stuff. So like today is Wednesday and now I'm ready to plan for the week, but the week is almost over.
Yeah, you might as well wait till Friday.
I'm thinking I might as well wait till Friday.
Yeah.
So I think I need to realize that like ahead of time when my weekend's gonna be packed, to either really do my planning on Friday to set myself up or just plan to just take a day on Monday, you know? And then also I seen that I kind of did myself in. I was doing really good with not having any meetings in the afternoon because I made my product consultations be in the morning. But then I made another exception meeting that I give to like important things that allow people to book in the afternoons.
No, at least make it a lunch meeting. At least make that like your last one.
I should, you know? But I didn't. And I've been giving that link out too much and letting people schedule things in the afternoon. That's been a problem.
Everything's important. Yeah.
But it's not.
It's not. You need your personal even time to just get into that flow state of things.
So how do you do that?
Well, luckily, I mean, I'm not as busy as you in regards to meetings. A lot of things that I'm doing is like once I meet with someone, it's just email corresponding, which is great for me. So I guess most of the work that I do, I just plan like 3 tasks a day and I just go through it in my flow state. You know what I mean? I buckle down, put on a podcast. I've been listening to a lot of Jake Shetty.
Shout out to Shetty.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
It's really, really good. And that's just how I'm able to just sort of get into it. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I struggle a lot with boundaries too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I've had to dedicate more time in the mornings to myself to like work out.
Mm-hmm.
Even yesterday, I had to draw for myself 'cause I was getting really sad because a lot of my stuff that I've been doing lately have been like commissions that I
Yeah.
can't even use for anything,
Right.
or like work for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I've been feeling sad 'cause I'm like, dang, I haven't really had time to really like
Do your
push
own
out.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So now so I really take time in the morning to kind of
Mm-hmm.
like give myself my me time and fill my cup because
Mm-hmm.
I know that once I start working, I may not stop working until 9, 10, even midnight sometimes, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Um and I like the work that I do, so it's not like a big deal,
Yep.
but it's just I have to prioritize moving my body. I have to
Exactly.
prioritize like doing what made me want to be an artist in the first place, right?
That's really good.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna have to do better. I still I'll have to do better. I think the key for me, because you do work late. And I
Yeah.
don't work as rarely that I usually after dinner time I'm done. Like I may follow up with some emails afterwards, but I'm usually done. But you work until like midnight or whatever.
Mm.
So I think for me, I need to get up earlier so I can
Yeah.
do that
Yeah.
because I've been doing a good job of going to the gym when I take Bun Bun to school, but then my meetings often start at 10 and then
That's your day.
it's a whole wrap.
Mm.
So really getting up earlier, I think I'm going to work on maybe I think I'm the action item this week. I think I need to be doing the blogs and the reels this week for you guys to follow along because this is not the first time that I've tried to get up earlier to do things. So I think what I'm going to do is research on how to do it and really and like because I'm sure I'm not alone. I'm sure there are a lot of us who would love to get up early, have a more productive start to our day, or fill our own cup like I'm trying to do. So I'm going to research some different techniques and tips.
Yeah.
And then I'll ask you guys to hold me accountable also when you hear that I'm falling off. That'll be good too, having that accountability partner. But I'm really going to try. So what I've noticed too is that the sun hits my face at 6:45. So I often wake up within the phone. I need to get back to putting my phone away
In the other
in the other room. If
Mhm.
I do that, I think I can tether some things together to get up at 6:30, and that would be a game
So
changer.
what will you do when you get up at 6:30? Because you don't want to get up and work, right? You
No,
want to
so what
get
I'm
up.
gonna yes. So right, this is really great. So what I'm gonna do when I get up at 6:30, because like I said, the sun is up at 6:45. So I'll get up, I will have my coffee and do my devotional. Then I'm gonna go out in the garden and check on the
I
things.
love that.
And then make sure Alice gets up on time
Mhm.
and then get ready and go to the gym.
Mhm.
And that way I'm filling up my cup. But it's not gonna be work things.
I love that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just all be things that you like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like your devotional. It can be
Mm-hmm.
like you can even be a little corny and walk and go see the sunrise or something
That's
too.
you.
Yeah. Cause no, cause like if you walk up the street, you get to the train tracks where there's like the sun actually comes up.
Oh, sis. That sounds so great. But I'm going to
Yeah,
the greenhouse.
I get it. No,
Yes.
that's still relaxing.
Yeah.
Speaking of greenhouse,
Let's talk about
my
it.
your greenhouse is gorge.
Isn't
You're
it
doing so
beautiful?
good. You're
Thank
doing so
you.
amazing. And
Yeah.
I was wondering because I feel like we don't really share much of this
Let's
on
do
here.
it. Hmm.
How do you feel? What are some lessons that you've learned from gardening and growing things?
Oh my gosh. There are so many life lessons from the garden. You know, you just gave me a softball. They are so, let me, if I can just start, and I think about them often. I need to have a notebook as I'm out in my garden.
Mm.
So, first of all, we just know that there's beauty in being able to start something and watch it grow. So there's that.
Mhm.
But let me tell you about weeds. Are you ready?
I am ready.
So weeds are crafty little fuckers. And you can be growing like you have never seen this weed before in your yard or not paid attention to it or whatever. All of a sudden, if you plant a tulip, and especially if it's little, all of a sudden you'll see a weed pop up that looks remarkably a lot like a tulip. And they get to be they camouflage themselves so well that you can't tell what you planted and what you didn't plant. And you don't know you don't know if it's a danger or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I equate this to habits, right? Like a lot of times you're trying to do something good, and then there's a habit that you may randomly form, whatever it is, all these toxic habits and you don't immediately identify that it's something that's dangerous because it's like, oh, it's just cash or just social media. It's just going shopping. Like it starts off so innocent, and then it will grow up right next to something that you really love. And if you're not careful, it will end up choking the life out of it and you won't even realize it.
That's some deep stuff right there.
I am telling you. And then, and you have to catch it early, but it's hard to identify early. So to me, like, unless you're tending your garden every day, like staying on top of it, then you'll come back to your garden in like 3 or 4 days and you won't be able to tell which one is the weed, which one is the plant if it starts so small. Because they look so close to each other. And then you have to kind of wait until it starts to develop fruit. And that's in the Bible as well, So that's when you can really identify, well, which one did I actually plant?
Right.
But if you don't watch it, that weed will tangle up around it. And it gets to the point where you almost have to perform surgery to get it. And I've had to lose plants that way. Like sometimes they'll intertwine. And so something that you meant for good, like a bad habit or a toxic relationship, you'll have to like start all over again.
That's some real stuff.
And that's just one lesson.
I feel like that's one that I didn't even consider.
For real. Weeds are so crafty. And like I said, often they pop up and you don't even pay attention because they start out like almost from goodness, right? Like there's nothing inherently wrong with shopping, nothing inherently wrong with drinking, nothing inherently wrong with friendships, nothing inherently wrong with social media. But unintentional, you got to mind your garden. You got to mind your garden. That's one lesson right there. You just preached. Yeah. That was a sermon right there. I'm telling you. Because I mean, I think I can definitely relate to that. Definitely. And I've talked to that many people, so I don't know what to worry about that. Like, that's not my problem. But like when you mentioned the social media and tying that to your art, that one and how it can suck the life out of something that you love if you don't create boundaries with that. And trim that weed. Yeah. Like that's some real stuff right there. Yeah. Yeah. It is real stuff. There's so many little lessons like that. I do think I'm gonna I was thinking about doing like a little lessons from the garden like segment in my blog or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna start jotting those things down because even when pruning is another one which Yeah. Pruning because like you plant something and you love it, right? Like your craft, your job, your relationship, whatever. But you have to mind it because like little things will creep up in it that you have to cut off. Like there's some friendships that will creep up and you realize, this couple, I may say that you're a married couple and this other couple that you were hanging out with, like, are they the right couple for us to still hang out with, right? These places where we used to go, friends we used to see, things we used to do, are those really the right things? And so the way that a plant works, and this, the way that a plant works, plants are so intelligent. So if it's a healthy, thriving plant, it's like in the Bible. I'm all over the place. It's like in the Bible though. The parable about the shepherd who had one sheep that went wayward and he left the 99 to go and save the one. That's how a plant is. So a plant can be completely bushy, healthy with leaves and flowers and all that. If there's one leaf that is still kind of alive, it'll send most of its energy there instead of to the flowers and the healthy leaves. And the act of it trying to save that one leaf will cause the whole thing to fucking die. And so what you have to do is save it. And that applies to me so much in our friendships because it's our responsibility as a gardener to look at that plant because it can't save itself,
Yeah.
you know? So it's our responsibility to look at that plant and be like, you're trying to do the most with this one crazy leaf. Let me trim it off for you.
Yeah.
I think we need to be that gardener in our relationships. So we need to see, is my boyfriend, my friend, my spouse, is there something there that is holding them back that they don't even see that I can advise them they need to cut that shit off so that they can thrive? Because what'll happen is that that one little thing will burn them all to the ground and they won't even know it. It could be a bad habit, bad friendship, or whatever.
Or cutting it off can be the biggest change of their life.
The biggest change of their life.
Even more than they ever.
And they would even realize it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like just even saying that just reminds me of like, you don't know how good it can get.
You don't know how good it can get. You don't. Yeah. And we have the sunk cost effect. You've heard about that? The sunk cost effect is what happens in Vegas. That's like a great analogy. It happens in Vegas. So you're playing blackjack, you lose $50. You want to get $50 back. That's not how that shit works. And so what happens is that you can just continue to go after a loss so much trying to make it up that you keep putting more energy in. Just it's gone. You made a mistake. Learn from the lesson. Move the hell on instead of trying to save a lost cause. Yeah. And we do that a lot in friendships, relationships, in ourselves a lot. Like we keep clothes in our closet that we don't wear, that we say we're going to fit into. Maybe that ship has sailed. I mean, it can be an inspiration, but watch out for those weeds, right? Because something that starts out as being an inspiration for you to lose weight or gain weight or whatever, it can turn into something that's super toxic. And at some point, it may just be time to just set it aside, just as an example. But you have to watch things that you intend for good and watch after they don't become weeds or things that are weighing you down.
I love that. Oh my gosh. You just spit some gems.
Thank you.
You did.
Thank you.
Just make sure you capture that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we don't really we're changing our strategy, but that's something right there.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah. You're inspiring me. There's these pair of jeans in my
Tell me about the jeans.
I gained some weight, right? Which is so interesting because I've always been.
You were trying to gain weight.
Yeah, I look. This is when I was like, "Oh man, the gym's expensive."
Yeah.
Because then you start not fitting your clothes, and you wear leggings that stretch because you're getting bigger. But so there's these jeans, and I love these jeans. They're snatched at the waist, and they're baggy.
I know what you're talking about. Those are cute.
They're so cute, but they don't fit. I cannot buckle them anymore, and if I do, it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the pooch or whatever.
It doesn't. It's like, girl, let them go.
Right.
But I kept them there. I'm like, maybe I'll just it's my. Yeah.
This is a great example too, because you are in really great shape now. We've been going to the gym. You've been running through. I would say you're probably in the best shape you've been in.
Yeah,
right.
In a
long time,
and combined with my mental health, because
there's been
times where I've been in probably even better shape than I am in right now. But the difference is that my mental health, and my relationship with my body wasn't. It wasn't. I wasn't working out for the right reasons.
Yeah,
I was working out to get a fat ass. I mean, I still get a fat ass, but I'm okay with I'm okay with my body how it is.
Yeah,
I'm not as much obsessing over every little thing, and all I watch is fitness videos.
Right. Yeah, so it's not like you need to get into those jeans because you're in fantastic shape. If anything, you just need to buy
a size up.
A size up.
Yeah,
that fits your new body, which is. Because your thighs and your booty's looking great. So, it's healthier, right?
Yeah.
So, that's a really great example that something was intended for good that could be holding you back.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's easy. Because there was part of me that's like, oh man, maybe I should am I, you know what I mean? I have this weird relationship with my body that that I've been working throughout the years. It's not as bad as it used to be, but sometimes there's little things that can trigger it, where it's oh my gosh, so I don't fit these anymore. Am I getting fat?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right,
Like,
right.
girl, like,
Girl.
no, like, why is
Not
that
at
even a
all.
concern? If I
Yeah,
know I'm taking good care of myself, why is
right,
that a concern?
right.
I think it's beautiful that our bodies change.
Yes.
And I think, but yeah, so like you said, that, like, it's kind of, it was, those pants were once good. And
Yeah,
now,
right.
yeah,
Yeah. So 'tis the season.
it's the season,
And
girl.
it's springtime. This is the time to cut some things off.
Just renewal, clean some things out, go
Yeah.
through your purge some things that you don't need
Yeah.
anymore, even hanging on to.
Yeah.
And I think a cool journal prompt, if anyone's listening,
Hmm.
would be like, what are some weeds in your life?
Yeah.
What are some things that you need to prune and take
Yeah.
care of that will make you feel, and it could be literally anything from clothes to
Hmm.
um, things in your house, like furniture
Hmm.
that's just annoying you,
Hmm.
or other things, friendships, relationships, like
Yeah.
that will just make you a happier, helpful person. Because sometimes it's not about adding things. Sometimes it's
It's
about
addition by
mhm,
subtraction. Like
yeah,
you got dead hedge of roses.
yeah,
You got dead hedge of roses.
yeah.
Hmm.
So
I love it so much. I'm excited.
I'm excited. I'm excited about you waking up early.
I am so excited about
If you
this.
do it, I can't wait to see how you come back because I feel like you're going to inspire me.
Let's
Waking up early
see.
is hard.
It's
It's
hard.
hard. Like, because the thing about it is, like, I'll wake up early and I'll be
Mm-mm,
like,
mm-mm. Who would do it?
yeah, nope, I got an extra hour. I'm
Right.
gonna lay down. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna lay down.
But I want to see the difference because there's so many people that do the 6 a.m. routine.
Hmm.
Now, obviously, our routines don't need to be based off of other people,
Right, right, right.
but it's really interesting that it does. But a lot of people find happiness and fulfillment
Hmm.
from waking up earlier and giving
Hmm.
themselves more time.
Yeah,
So I can't wait to see how it
I'm
impacts
excited
you.
about it. I am really excited about it. This is the push that I needed.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be like a really big change.
I
You
think
might.
so too. And you've motivated me. I have a little book right here. You motivated me. I need to get an apron too for it. I need to wear when I go to my garden.
Yeah.
So that'd be good. I think need a smaller notebook. I'll find one. But I put it in my pocket with a little pencil, and as I come across these little tidbits to share as well.
Yeah, because like, so do you just think of these things when you're in the act of
Yeah, when I'm in the act of pulling weeds, I'm like, wow, like, this looks just like my lavender, and it was not here before, you know. And like one that was left unchecked, and I had to take out. I accidentally took out the whole plant trying to take the weed off of it. You know, I remember when I first started gardening. I think I told you I laughed about this. You know, my first time when we lived in our old house,
Mhm.
and I seeded it, straight into the garden bed, and I wasn't really paying attention. Like a period went by, and then the weeds popped up right beside it, and I meticulously
Did you take out all the actual
all
ones?
of the one and left all the weeds, every single one, painstakingly. I
Oh
painstakingly
no!
pulled out all of my
When
plants
did you find out?
when none of my shit grew. Yes, like where are the peas? Yes. So that's when, because I at first, you plant your seeds and you're out there like every day looking at them. But then like you're not seeing much progress. Life lesson. You're not seeing much progress, so you take your eye off the ball.
Mhm.
Right? Right?
Mhm.
Then you come back and then it's like, well, shit. And then you start to think, well, I'll be able to figure it out later. You procrastinate.
Mhm.
Then you come back.
And I was like, oh.
And then you finally realize that you had to take some action. And then because you don't have a relationship with what you were trying to do, message there as well. You can identify what you really planted, message there,
Mhm.
that you expend a whole freaking day pulling out the wrong thing. Wasting money, waste of time, waste of purpose.
That's crazy. And it all was intended.
And all intended for good.
Yeah. Whew.
Right.
On a lighter note,
Yeah.
I think so much of that I learned from the garden
Yeah.
has just been that so much is happening underneath that you
Oh,
don't
yes,
see before you see anything on
yeah,
that top. Like there's so much going on. So
yeah.
like whenever you're feeling discouraged and you've been being consistent, but you're like
Mm-hmm.
nothing's happening, it's
Yeah,
like don't worry because like things are working for you
things are working for
by you doing
you.
what you're doing right now.
Yeah,
And even though you don't see it, you will
you
see
will
it.
see it.
You will see it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I can double down on that for you. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of those plants that really need strong roots
Mm-hmm.
to grow, you can get fertilizer. And the only thing that fertilizer does is target the roots to make those roots stronger. So like once you get to the point of where you're really confident in what your dream and what your vision is, of course you want to see the fruits of your labor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can really double down and making sure you got your shit in order. If you're a small business owner, that may mean boring stuff like your legal stuff, your bookkeeping, right? The things that people can't see,
Mm-hmm.
right? All, form in good habits, things we're talking about, things that people can't see.
Mm-hmm.
But once it starts to sprout, you've invested so much in that root, takes off,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
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 Because on the flip side of that, then I'm gonna let y'all go. On the flip side of that, so say you have a dream and passion, something that you have planted, and you get the wrong fertilizer and you focus on the flowering of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you focus on all the showy stuff. Like you try to go to events before you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
You try to do all the flashy stuff before you're ready, right? You try to do all these crazy coupons and this, that, and the other and collaborations before you set your foundation. And then when it does shoot up, the roots are so shallow, falls over. So really making that investment in what's really important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna be better for like
The long run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some real stuff right there.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Wise words from my mom.
There you go. Lessons from the garden.
And lessons from the. Oh my god, we should have like a segment.
We should have a
Just like a
segment.
like I know something that goes like little leaves and stuff.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have my head in the middle of like one of your plants or your flowers.
It's so cute. And they're like,
Yes, way. That's hilarious.
yeah, I love it.
I love it too.
We gotta figure out how to make it happen.
That'll be great. I'll take one for the team.
It's okay. I'll put my head in there too.
That would be so great. I love it. I love it. All right, cool. Well, thank you guys so much. I'm excited to have you come along and share the journey as we figure out how to get up earlier and make the most of filling up our cups.
Yes,
So,
taking care of ourselves.
yeah.
I can't wait to see what happens.
Me too. All right, bye.
Bye.
Hey y'all. So my first attempt at getting up at 6:30 did not go as well. It started off pretty poorly last night when me and the hubby were watching a show until midnight. I knew then that the odds of me getting up at 6:30 were pretty slim, and then to make matters worse, I fell asleep while we were watching the show, but it ended up really good. So then I decided that even after we were done that I was going to rewatch it, so that I really didn't go to bed until super late. And then I fell asleep with my phone in the room, so I didn't even take it outside the room like I was supposed to. And then I woke up at 7 instead of 6:30. And then I've been scrolling on Instagram this morning. So I would say if there is a bright side to this, it is that I got up at 7 instead of 7:20. So that's a positive. But other than that, I would consider this a total fail. I'm going to have to try it again tomorrow and update you then. Okay, bye. Good morning, you guys. Well, I actually did it, kind of. So I actually woke up at 6:30. It went a lot better this time because I set myself up for success last night. So I took my phone out of my room, put it into the den, and when I woke up like I went to sleep a little bit early and then woke up around midnight. And when I would have normally reached for my phone, I had my Kindle by my bed already set to the right page of my book that I needed to start reading again. So that went really well. I read for a few minutes and then went back to sleep. So that was great. And then woke up at 6:30, fixed myself coffee, got up. I haven't done my devotional yet, but at least I didn't get to scrolling on Instagram, and I spent some time playing chess. So I feel like I've gotten enough me time in, although this young guy completely smoked me in chess, but that's beside the point. So I'm proud of myself. I wish I would have went ahead and done my devotional and gone to the garden, but I think we're on a path to success. So when I'm thinking more about this, I don't think I should take the weekends off. I would imagine that's going to be a setback. So I need to continue doing this. Today is Friday, by the way. So I'm going to try to keep this up over the weekend and see how it goes. And I'll update you all tomorrow. But I'm proud of myself. Not where I want to be, but much better than I was yesterday. Morning, you guys. Happy Monday morning. Just wanted to share that I am actually bright and early this morning, which is amazing. I woke up at 6:30 and got up and got some coffee, and now I'm outside on my deck. As you can see here, checking in on my plant babies. Give you a little tour. This is Felicia, the fiddle leaf. So checking in on her. And all my green stalk babies, checking in on my strawberries, etc. So yeah, it's going really well. We'll see if I can keep this up, but so far so good. A great way to start the week. You guys be good. We are here. Hello, Sydney. This is our last week in our old setup. How do you feel about it?
Well, okay. I'm excited about our new setup. I feel like it'll be more like interactive.
Do you want to share with our followers and viewers?
So what we're thinking is, guys, we're gonna be like sitting with each other.
Oh my god! It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Just like it'll be like a really like a sit down. We have guests. It'll be so cute.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, we may have to eventually redo our setup some. We'll just see what happens. We'll just flow with it.
It'll be really cool if Audie's also able to like focus in on one of us.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if we're getting too complex, but
we have ideas.
Yeah.
I wonder if how we were talking about before, maybe we can point our laptops, like one is still on you at a different angle and one is on me and they're on a different angle. Then she can then the camera facing both of us. We can do that. We can do that. We'll do it. Okay. It's gonna be so much fun. Thank you, Ani, for putting up with us and our new ideas.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about it.
So how was it waking up?
As you'll see, you haven't seen the vlogs yet. I should probably post those. I guess we'll talk about how to do that on social. We'll talk about that later. Anyhow, the first day did not go well at all. As you know, I texted you, told you that was a fail. And it mainly didn't go that way because Alex, my 9-year-old, was not using her Kindle that I gave to her. But all of a sudden, when I asked for it back, then it was like she just had to use it. And I don't think she's used it since. Anyhow.
No, she just wants. If she knows that someone has it.
Yes.
She wants it.
That's her Gemini moon, I think, come into play there. So because of that, the first night, I stayed up too late watching the show with Jonathan, watching Killing Eve on Netflix, which is so good. Ooh. So stayed up too late and then didn't put my phone in the other room. I think I fell asleep and then I finished watching it. And then I didn't put my phone in the other room because I didn't have my Kindle. So it was just a fail. And I did wake up a little bit earlier than I normally do, like maybe 7 instead of 6:45. Mm-hmm. But it was just not it. Threw me all off. But then I tried again. Mm-hmm. And then the next night was a lot better. So next night, I actually got, because shout out to Amazon, love them or hate them, but my Kindle came like 30 minutes after I ordered it.
That's so scary.
Yes, it came right then. So I ordered at 7, and they were like, "It'll be there between 10 and 3." And it was there at 10. Seriously. So Kindle was there, got it set up, which was nothing because Amazon has access to everything already. So I was like,
like log into your account.
we know where you live, we know your email address. Like just come with it already set up. Like why am I even pushing these buttons?
Right.
So got it set up, and there is something powerful about taking your phone out of your room and putting it in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
It is, and I remember that feeling before when I did it. A few months before I was doing it more consistently before I gave Alex my Kindle. And I was like, well, I'll just keep my phone with my Kindle. And that's a lie because I would be on Instagram. But there is just something freeing about putting your phone in the other room. It just feels like you are separating your, it feels like, I don't want to be dramatic, but like you don't feel that you get when you are like surrounded by nature, you go hiking or camping, and you're just like kind of disconnected. It's the same sort of feeling, and it's hard to do. It's hard for me to want to go and do it, but when I do it and come back into my room, it's just like,
Yeah, because it's like that's the whole world at the.
Yeah, it's like now wow, my time is my own. What do I want to do now?
And there's plenty of things,
And there's plenty of things.
Like there was, I saw this video on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Of course, she's on Instagram. But carry on.
But it was saying how like before you pick up your phone in the morning, you should spend 15 minutes like outside, moving your body, like doing something besides being on your phone. Because of that, it's not even just like, oh, like you have the world at your fingertips, but it's also the immediate dopamine.
It is,
that's not great, and that's what keeps us up at night too. Is that dopamine of like, wow, I just saw something funny or inspired. It's so much. I don't even think as humans we're really meant to take in that much information.
Just
and to
coming
be
out of
this connected.
It's too much.
I think we were supposed to live more peaceful lives in this, but it's giving chaos a little.
A lot.
Yeah. It's so much.
It's too much. And I don't, I'm still new to this. So I still don't, there's still that hesitation. Like last night, for instance, I fell asleep with the TV on and stuff. So I woke up in the middle of the night and did my routine, and then that's when I put my phone away. But still, it's like I had the same feeling. I got back in the bed, and then, because it's kind of hard to go back to sleep sometimes. But then I picked up my Kindle and I downloaded the new book that we're going to start reading. I started reading it, and it's just so much more peaceful.
Yeah.
And then this morning, I think I filmed a little bit of it too, which with me in the garden. I showed you guys my greenhouse and all my plant babies. But this morning, it got even better to where I did not reach for my phone even after I got up. I also found that the further away I put it from my room, the better. So like the first night, I put it on the piano. But then like last night, it was on the sewing machine, which is by the kitchen. So because I'm so invested in how my little roses are doing as they're coming up, I did not pass the front door to get the phone. I went through the front door to go check on my roses. So then I did get the sunlight and stuff. And I was like, wow, this is so nice and peaceful.
Yeah, because you ever answer emails like first thing in the morning, you just feel like, oh, okay, now I'm in work mode. Like I'm automatically. And
so I am loving it so much. I think especially now since the sun is out earlier.
Yeah, it's
and all of that.
Now at least at 7 in the morning, the sun is kind of fully up, which is really nice.
It's great.
Yeah.
So
I catch myself waking up a little bit, like maybe 5 minutes before like 7. I'm still laying there. I'm stubborn. Like, I do not want to.
Do you have your phone?
No.
Oh,
I just sit there and close my eyes. I'm like, I'm not done sleeping. I hate it because when the sun's up, I'm like, dang it, that means it's about, and my alarm hasn't gone off. That means it's about time to start my day. Like I have very little time left to sleep. So I just sit there and I close my eyes for as long as I can. Yeah. But I've been doing I know I wasn't part of the vlog
No.
segment, but I was inspired and I've been doing the thing where like I just try to do my best. I I emphasize best. I do my best to like go like outside first, like
Yeah,
and
you've been doing that a lot. I
mhm.
see you scurrying sometimes out the window.
You
Mhm.
do.
Oh, where is she going?
I try, and I also try like touching some grass.
Hmm.
Man, I'm telling you, put your feet in some grass.
Yeah,
Like that will change your mindset a lot.
yeah.
I think it's a joke when people are like, "Oh, you need
Touch
to go
grass.
touch grass," but no, it's some real thing. Like
Hmm.
go walk on some grass barefoot and just
Hmm.
like experience being like just
Hmm.
being and like
Hmm.
because the reality is we're on a floating rock that's being heated by a ball of gas. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So sit there and embrace this beautiful
Hmm.
world, this really
Hmm.
interesting world that we live in, you know?
Hmm.
And I think we're able to do that a lot when we're able to like, disconnect.
Yeah, in the morning is special because there's so much quiet, just the birds doing their thing and the plants waving.
Yeah, and I think
It's good
it
stuff.
shapes your day.
It
Like
does.
it shapes your day because I think like I notice that a lot of times if I start my day off with like scrolling on Instagram, it's hard. Like the first thing I want to do is see what's going on.
Hmm. Hmm.
I notice that I'm more anxious on those days,
Yeah.
right? Like my focus isn't as good on those days. But
Hmm.
like when I start my day off, like maybe like watering my plants or
Hmm.
like just sitting outside or doing something
Hmm.
outside, I notice I'm a lot more focused and I feel like a little bit more grounded, and
Yeah.
appreciative of things because not to mention there's that comparison thing. Or like even with emails or something, feeling a sense of urgency. Oh, I need to respond to this. And it's kind
It's that
of
sense of urgency. It's artificial, so but it feels so real, right?
yeah, but it's really not.
It's really not. You know what I realized too? There was like a day, I think Kirsten had texted me about something. I don't know. And I saw she had texted me 41 minutes ago, right? And
Mhm.
obviously it wasn't at urgent for her to call, but she texted. And I saw, I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to respond to this, right? But I was doing something else at that moment. 41 minutes had passed since she texted me. Why did I feel like, oh my God, I got to text her back right now? When obviously, if 42, it was like in the middle, I had like 15 more minutes of lunch left.
Yeah.
Why did I feel that it was now that I realized that she had texted 41 minutes ago that I need to go respond right now? Why can't
Right.
I go finish enjoying my lunch?
Mhm.
Obviously, it's not that
Like you
important.
don't have like 10 missed calls from her or something crazy.
Right.
Yeah, like
But we just feel, and that's how I feel that it is when we see a DM pop up
mhm.
or a comment or get a text. It just creates this sense of urgency that's not
It's not that
real.
deep. It's not that deep. Don't get me wrong. I think it's, I think we just need to, I think it's just easy to get be like almost addicted or obsessive with certain
Hmm.
things. You know what I mean? I think it's just like reminding yourself to have boundaries with different things, I think
Yeah.
is really important.
And we have to really, just like with this experiment with me, sadly enough, our discipline isn't where it should be. Speaking for myself, like I was not capable, and it wasn't the same. Like I was not capable of just saying, I'm not going to pick up my phone. I had to physically remove it.
Yeah.
But what was interesting is the feeling, I don't know what kind of hormone release or whatever, of it just being outside the room. And it was almost like, you know what it was? It was freeing me from having to be disciplined because it wasn't accessible.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes we have to help ourselves out a little bit.
I agree.
Hmm.
I think it's discipline to be like, okay,
Hmm.
separate yourself from that. Just like
Right.
how you'd be like, okay, Alex, you watch too much TV.
Right.
That discipline because
Right.
otherwise she just watched TV all
Right.
day, right?
Right.
It's the same thing with being on your phone and stuff. And
Hmm.
I think that we give ourselves an excuse because it's a part of our job
Hmm.
that we're like, oh, we have to be like present and stuff on there. But no, you can
No, you
still
don't.
have boundaries. You can
Yeah.
still be like, okay, this time every day I'm going to answer emails. this time every day I'm
Yeah.
going to check DMs and respond to as many as I can in so and so time,
Yeah.
right? Instead of and then maybe if you're doing educational scrolling, like to see how you want to like improve your own content, like
Mm-hmm.
having like specific time every day or every other day where you go and see what's trending, what's going on,
Right.
who am I inspired by. I think like having that discipline so you're not just there like 6 hours a day
Right.
with your phone just open waiting for something to come
Yeah.
through. Yeah.
And you know what? Just hit me when you said that, and you were talking about Alex as well. I think what I'm going to do is this: I'm going to put an extra layer of protection, and I'm going to set the timer on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Where you can say that you can't use your phone, or what you
Oh
can
yeah,
put.
you can block apps and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I think I'm going to do that until 8 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Where I can't get on it until 8 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah, because I mean, well, when you think about it, like at least on days like today, right?
Mm-hmm.
We get up and we go straight to the gym anyway. There's not, I guess, are you
Exactly.
on your phone at the gym?
No.
See? Like, yeah,
No.
then that's like already 2 hours of your day where
Exactly.
you're not like
Exactly.
doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do that. And then, so from, I don't know, 9 p.m. till 8 a.m., maybe from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., a full 12 hours with just no excuses to wake up in the middle of the night and go get it out, get on it, or first thing in the morning, get on it, or whatever.
And if it's that urgent, then you have your laptop.
Right. It's not like I can't turn it off, but just that extra something for me
Like
to
extra
have.
step, like
Yeah.
might be a lot, like a little bit more effort.
Right.
Like gives you more time to think.
Do I really
want
need
do this?
to? Right. Is there for a purpose? I think I'll do that just
Yeah.
as an extra layer of protection.
But if it makes you feel better, I guess it's not really make better, but a lot of people are addicted to their
Oh, I
phones.
know.
It's really, you've seen Wally, right?
Yes.
We're becoming Wally, guys.
Yeah, we are.
Like, we're not, only thing is we're not all fat in the chair. But like, you see how they were in the chair? None of them could walk. Like, they had to learn how to walk again.
Wally was a documentary.
Yeah, because like then they had like the screen with the entertainment on it, and they were just all bopping around like in their little chairs with the screen. I'm like, we're getting there, especially with like that chip that Elon Musk was trying to put in your head where you could see stuff.
Yeah,
that's scary.
Well, also with all the expeditions out in space too,
Yeah.
So
we have to be really mindful of how bad it can get, because this isn't as bad as it gets, and that's already like still taking a toll on our mental health, on like our intelligence, on and also on us like actually enjoying the life around us, the world around us, and interacting with actual people. People. Don't get me wrong. It's like, I will say, as someone who has been working with my social anxiety, that social media was a good step for me to like realize that not all people are mean. You know what I mean? And to kind of like make friends and practice interacting with people.
Yeah.
But like I want to mention that it was a step.
Yeah.
And the goal is just actually like interact with people in person, and to be confident enough to make friends in person, to make plans in person, and to not just live virtually. Internet. Yeah, So I think we need to be very cautious and very mindful, because as morbid as it may sound, we only have one life, or at least one that we're conscious of in the way that we are right now.
Yeah.
And we need to like live it, and scrolling and working all the time. It's not it. It's not it. And yeah, that's my 2 cents about that,
Yeah, I agree with you.
So, all right. Any final thoughts?
I'm going to keep doing it. I love it. And I hate that I stopped doing it, and I tricked myself into thinking that I was mature enough to stop doing it. I'm glad I have my own Kindle now, regardless if Alex uses hers or not. I'm going to keep this up because it's a good life.
At least do it for 3 weeks, because then after that, it's a habit. It's just going to be like...
It will be ingrained. It's how the gym is now, which is awesome.
Yeah, where it feels wrong when you don't go.
So I am excited that we're about to start a new segment on bookkeeping and taxes and all of that. So excited. So I think it'll be the next episode that we'll have Chelsea on. Is that right?
Are we excited?
I am so excited. And I see my bookkeeper can come on maybe one time too. That'll be extra cool.
Yeah.
But having Chelsea on, so I emailed her yesterday, make sure that she was all prepared and stuff. she's excited. I gave her the form for her to fill out. She was wondering. I started to let her know what we want to talk about, and it's going to be great for her, and especially coming off of tax season, to get her perspective on things. It's going to be awesome. And as small business owners who want to handle their own taxes, talking about that as you're doing your books, any certain apps, things that you should be aware of. I am really excited. And then I think I'm going to spend some time sharing with you guys too how I do my books too, for better, for worse, and some things that bit me in the ass and talking about that. So I think it's going to be a good month.
Segment.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really helpful segment. Does she know stuff about like LLCs and like wholesale licenses?
I would imagine
like
I would. If she doesn't, then she knows who you should talk to for sure. She's a wealth of knowledge. There's been very few things that I've reached out to her about that, if anything, that she did not know and did not know who I should talk to about it. She's got me together for sure.
That's cool, because I have to go through that process of getting my, because I can't get the hoodie blankets I want to get without one. So it'd be cool to like, ask some questions about that.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Oh my gosh, look at us go. And it's going to be so good for our viewers too.
Yeah, you guys are going to love it. So, yeah, you guys just be thinking about things that you want to ask and put in the comments during that segment. If you have any questions that we can follow up with her on, just be thinking about that, because it's going to be great. Because taxes, just to share with you guys, I attempted to do my own taxes when I first started a business, and I didn't say I paid dearly, but I had to redo a lot of things. It took me a lot of extra time. The government was gracious. They understood. And now I was making like a ton of money. Then I didn't owe like a ton, but still just the amount of time. And it could have been a lot worse than it was. Right. So giving this advice early on as you're starting a business, I think it's going to be really good. And then, like I said, tips if you want to do it yourself, things to be looking out for. I think it's going to be really helpful. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that good? It's good. I think so, too. I'm excited. Me too. All right. Any final words for you? If not, I think we'll take a little extra time and go hang out in the yard a little bit. Yeah, see how my babies are doing. Ooh. Yeah. I think, well. You want to come to the greenhouse? Sure. Okay. Okay, yeah. I don't think I have anything else to say, but thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah. Or listening. Or wherever you are. Yeah. All right. See you guys later at our new setup. Woo! Bye.
Thank you for listening to Leaf Notes. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and drop a like and a comment letting us know what your takeaway was. And if you're just listening, head over to social media after taking a screenshot and tag us letting us know what your takeaway was. If you want to give us a rating, head over to your favorite podcast app and give us a 5-star rating or let us know what you think. This will help us connect with more business owners and creatives just like you. And with that being said, we hope that your business takes root and grows, and we'll see you next time.